If you're living in the UK right now, you're probably losing money not to bad luck, not to a big financial disaster, but to autopilot. Small, invisible leaks that add up every single month without you ever noticing them. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the smart, logical way to find that money category by category, and by the end of this video, you'll have a clear, realistic plan to save £300 without earning a single extra pound, without a side hustle, and without giving up everything you enjoy. The core idea sets up logical structure. Here's the logical way to think about it, and it's the one idea I want you to keep in your head for the rest of this video. Your money only ever leaves your account in 3 ways. Automatic payments you set up once and forgot about, habits you repeat so often you stop questioning them, and impulse buys, the ones you never planned for at all. That's it. There's no fourth category. Every single pound that leaves your account falls into one of these 3 buckets, which means if you smartly fix all 3, £300 doesn't take a miracle, it's just math. Part 1. Automatic leaks. Target. 40 to 70 pounds per month. First, automatic leaks. These are the ones costing you money while you sleep, because you set them up once, months, or even years ago, and never looked at them again. Pull out your phone right now, open your banking app, and scroll through the last 30 days. Look specifically for anything that repeats same amount, same date, every single month. You'll usually find at least one subscription you completely forgot you had an app trial that quietly became a paid plan, a streaming service you haven't opened in months, a gym membership for a gym you haven't visited since January. Cancel anything you haven't used in the last 4 weeks. On its own, that's typically £15 to £25 a month back in your pocket for doing literally nothing except tapping cancel. Now, the bigger one, your bills. Energy, broadband, mobile phone contracts, car and home insurance. Here's the part providers don't want you to think about too hard. In the UK, most of these companies rely entirely on you never switching. They'll quietly move you onto a more expensive tariff every year, betting that you won't notice or won't bother comparing. Loyalty isn't rewarded here, it's actively punished. So a few weeks before any bill renews, run it through a comparison site. It takes about 10 minutes per bill. Do this with your energy tariff, your broadband, and your insurance. And it's completely normal to save £30 to £50 a month combined, sometimes more if you haven't switched in a couple of years. 10 minutes of comparing versus paying the loyalty tax every month for the rest of the year, that's not even a close call. Part 2. Habit leaks. Target. 40 to 80 pounds per month. Second, habit leaks. These are different from automatic leaks because there's no single bill to cancel. Instead, it's a stack of small, repeated choices that each feel harmless on their own. The daily coffee, the meal deal on your lunch break, the takeaway you order because you're too tired to cook. None of these are bad purchases. The problem isn't the spending itself, it's that you're doing it without ever actually noticing the total. So here's the fix. And it's simpler than most budgeting advice. Track one single week of spending. Completely honestly, everything. Down to the pound coin you put in a trolley. Don't change anything yet, just write it down or screenshot it. At the end of the week, look at the list and sort it into 2 piles. Things you genuinely enjoyed and things you barely remember buying. Most people find £10 to £20 a week sitting in that second pile, money spent on convenience, not on anything they actually wanted. Groceries deserve their own mention here, because this is where a lot of people leave money on the table without realizing it. Switching from branded staples to the supermarket's own basics range for things like pasta, rice, tinned tomatoes, and flour barely changes the meal on your plate, but it can save £20 to £30 a month on its own. Add in planning your meals just 2 or 3 days ahead so you're not defrosting the wrong thing and ordering a takeaway instead, and you'll waste less food too, which is money saved twice over. None of this means cutting out your coffee or never ordering a takeaway again. It means being deliberate about which small spends are actually worth it to you, and quietly trimming the ones that aren't. Part 3. Impulse leaks. Target. 30 to 60 pounds per month. Third impulse leaks. This is the one that catches literally everyone, no matter how much you earn. The add to basket moment. Online shopping isn't an accident when it comes to this. Apps and websites are specifically designed with one-tap checkouts, countdown timers, and only 2 left banners to get you to buy before you've had time to actually think about whether you want the thing. One simple rule undoes most of this, and it requires zero willpower. A 24-hour pause on anything non-essential over 15 pounds. Add it to your basket, close the app, and just wait a day. If you still want it tomorrow, buy it. Nothing wrong with that. But you'll find that more often than not, the urge quietly disappears because it was never really about the product, it was about the moment. A smaller tip that compounds nicely alongside this: unsubscribe from retailer marketing emails and turn off shopping app notifications. Every flash sale email you get is specifically designed to create urgency you didn't have 5 minutes earlier. Fewer prompts means fewer impulse moments to resist in the first place. Put the 24-hour rule and this together for a month, and 30 pounds to 60 pounds in impulse spending simply stops happening money you'd have spent without ever really remembering why. Why this works for any one universality beat. Now, notice something important about everything we've just covered. None of it depended on your income, your job title, or how much you already have saved. A student, someone working full-time, someone between jobs, it genuinely doesn't matter. These 3 leaks exist in every single bank account in the country because they're about behavior, not about how much you earn. That's exactly why this works for anyone watching this, regardless of where you're starting from. So let's add all of this up properly. Automatic leaks, canceling unused subscriptions, and switching your bills, that's 40 pounds to 70 pounds a month. Habit leaks, trimming the spending you don't actually enjoy, and switching to own brand groceries, that's another 40 pounds to 80 pounds. And impulse leaks, the 24-hour rule, plus cutting shopping notifications, that's 30 pounds to 60 pounds on top of that. Even if you only manage the lower end of each of those 3 ranges, that's already 110 pounds in a single month. Get closer to the middle of each range, which is genuinely realistic once you've gone through your accounts properly. And most people land well past 300 pounds, sometimes considerably more, especially if it's been a while since you last checked your bills and subscriptions. And I want to be really clear about something. This isn't about restriction, and it's not about telling you to stop enjoying your money. It's about closing gaps you genuinely didn't know were open, most of which take 10 minutes to fix and then never need thinking about again. One action step drives engagement plus retention. So here's your one task after watching this video, and it should take you about 2 minutes. Open your banking app tonight and just look. Don't cancel anything yet. Don't switch anything yet. Just look at the last 30 days and mentally sort what you see into the 3 buckets we talked about: automatic, habit, and impulse. That's genuinely it for tonight. Awareness is easily 80% of this entire process. The actual canceling and switching takes far less time than people expect once you know exactly what you're looking for. If you want a simple checklist to go through all 3 leak categories step by step yourself, comment 300 pounds below and I'll pin it for you. And if this made logical sense to you, subscribe. I break down money in this same straightforward, no fluff way every single week, and the next video builds directly on what we just covered. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. Now go check that app tonight while it's still fresh in your mind. See you in the next one.